Hello everybody, this is T Cubed. Today I'm going to show you 5 tips to be sub 30 on the Rubik's Cube. Alright, so the first tip is about the cross. We're going to be doing CFOP today, so if you still use the beginner's method, then you should learn CFOP, or just keep practicing if you're going to try to get it with the beginner's method. It's much harder. So with the cross, you want to have more efficient solutions to cross rather than seeing a cross, seeing this piece, putting it in there, then looking around, finding that piece, putting it in, then this piece, put that in, bring this to the top layer, and then put that in there. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, you should be doing cross on the bottom. You're going to start doing cross on the bottom now, rather than the top, because it takes out that double cube rotation, which does waste a lot of time. If you do cross on the bottom, you can go straight into F2L from cross. When you do it on top, you have to do this really huge rotation to get to F2L, and you don't want to be doing that anymore. So I will be doing some cross examples at the end of the video. So the next tip is about recognitions, and this can be applied to F2L, OLL, PLL. It could be applied to every step, but it's just recognition, quicker recognition of cases. When you see this, you should know quicker what to do. And you don't need to be using the most efficient solutions yet. Like for this, there's a more efficient solution than separating them, pairing them up, and then inserting it. I inserted into the back slot there. So there is a more efficient solution. So you just want to be using those. When you see this, you shouldn't think, okay, so they're different, and I have to separate them, I have to hide the corner, move it around. Then I can rotate over here and insert it. Rather than doing that, what you could do, if you have this case, is you can see it and then just like move it to the back, separate them, and pair them up, which is much quicker. It's the same solution, it's much quicker, there's no rotations, and that's going to get your F2L done much faster. So next up is OLL. Now this tip you don't have to do, it's not required, but it can help. When you're inserting your last F2L pair, you should try to figure out, or have an idea at least, how many edges are going to be facing up, so you can go straight into your first look of OLL right after you put in this F2L pair. I know it's going to be a line going across here, so as soon as you do this line, do that immediately, and that's going to have much less pauses during OLL, so you'll be able to get that done a little bit quicker. And then for PLL, there is a new algorithm that I'll show you, that when you see headlights, rather than doing this, then it's kind of hard to predict where the headlights are going to end up, and you have to adjust it and then rotate to find where you need to start, and then do the algorithm like that. So let me just go over some of that stuff again. So the things you want to work on are an efficient cross, you want to work on recognition, you want to reduce rotations, and you want to work on transitions. Doing cross on the bottom is kind of a transition step, because it allows you to transfer from cross to F2L much quicker. So you're going to be able to do that a little bit faster. And the next thing is recognitions. I already said that. So you should be recognizing relatively fast. And this new algorithm for PLL that I will show you. So you're going to be able to predict where all the headlights are going to end up at the end. So position them on the left rather than the back now, and you're going to do this algorithm, which flows extremely fast. R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. That's the algorithm. And you can see the headlights are solved. And the algorithm goes extremely fast. It's like exactly what moves your fingers want to do. All you need to do is just flick that last F move with your thumb, like that. So it looks like this. The rest is completely up to you, because it's very easy. And after you do that, you can go straight into the second look of PLL. And now the next thing is TPS. TPS stands for turns per second. And if you're solving like this, if your solves look like this, then you're probably not going to get sub 30. You can't be turning this slow if you expect to get sub 30, because that's pretty slow turning. Like, even just turning like this, as long as it's a little more fluent and there's less pauses, you should be able to get sub 30. Like, for example, I can get sub 20 turning at this speed, about. Now, I didn't plan out my crossing inspection, so I can't really see it. So yeah, like, turning at this speed, all I need to do is not pause, and I can get sub 20 at that speed. So TPS is very important, and you're going to need to start turning faster if you want to get sub 30. Like, for your OLLs, you should probably be turning, like, something like this. It doesn't need to be, like, world record fast. It just needs to be fast. Maybe, like, 5 turns per second, which sounds really fast, but it's really only about this fast. World record solvers are probably turning it more like 8 turns per second throughout their entire solve. But you don't need to do that nearly that yet. You can probably turn it like 5 turns per second during last layer, and you don't really need to turn fast at all during cross and F2L. Now, that's all the 5 tips in efficient cross. Make sure you have good recognition of your cases, F2L cases, OLL cases, PLL cases. The next one is rotations. Try to reduce cube rotations during F2L. Next one is transitions. Try to have better transitions from step to step, cross to F2L, F2L to OLL, OLL to PLL. And the final tip was TPS. Make sure you have a good TPS and try to maintain the TPS throughout the entire solve. And now there is one bonus, number 6. It's what cube you buy. So these 2 cubes, this is a GANS 356S version 2, and this is a Moyu Aolong version 2. This cube costed $25 on the Cubicle.us. This cube costed $16 on the Cubicle.us. This one is a little bit faster, and it has a little bit better corner cutting. It's a little more buttery, but it's very unstable, as you can see here. This cube is a little bit slower. It doesn't have as good corner cutting, but it's extremely stable. It's not going to come apart. It does corner twist a little bit, as you can see. It corner twists pretty easily. This one doesn't. But in my eyes, in my opinion, these cubes perform. I can get about the same times on these cubes. They are extremely different, but in my opinion, they perform the same, and their weak spots are just different spots, but they have the same amount of strong points and weak points. So I do think these cubes perform the same, and this cube costs almost $10 less than this cube. So be smart about what cubes you're buying. Watch reviews. Don't just watch reviews about the ones you're buying. Watch reviews about other ones you're thinking about. You really don't need such a great cube, like cubes that world record holders are using when you're trying to get sub 30. Like, this cube is pretty easy to get sub 30 on, but this cube is also really easy, so just spend your money smart. Just get the right cube for you. If you like a smoother, more enjoyable cube, then get one of those. If you like a faster, unstable cube, if you have a very accurate turning style, then maybe a GANS is the cube for you. If you don't have as accurate of a turning style, then a cube like this would be a little bit better. So just research the cubes you're buying. Make sure you have the right cube. Even something really cheap like a YJ Guanlong would be able to work. That costs about $5. And if you order from certain sites, you can actually get them for even cheaper. So just make sure you have the right cube. If you don't have a good cube, then you're probably not going to be able to get sub 30. You're not going to be able to get sub 30 if you're using a dollar store Rubik's Round cube. It's just not going to work. Here are those cross examples that I was talking about. So I'll show you a couple concepts here. So the first concept is kind of an opposite concept. Now, right here, you can see that orange is in place, right, at red. And you know that red is opposite of orange. And you can see that red is ready to go in at the orange slot. So technically, if you do this, these are going to be solved. Now, if you move the green piece out of the way, and then move this in, then green is ready to go in where blue is, and then you can do D2 and insert blue. So that is a pretty efficient cross solution. I'm going to do a couple more. So another one. So green is opposite of blue, so we can just put in blue right here, and then red follows the color scheme going in right here, and then we can just align those three and insert yellow with that. So if you have a flipped edge here, rather than putting it in and then flipping it like that, you could do something much simpler. You could just do a 3-move insert like this. If it's from the side, just 1, 2, 3. It's very easy. 1, 2, 3 from the left. Alright, this is the last one I'm going to do. Okay, so we have this opposite thing again. Okay, so I'm going to move red so it's above orange. Then I'm going to insert blue under green, orange under red, and then red under orange, and then align them. And then you can go straight into your F2L. Like I said, try to avoid cube rotations. And then you're done with your solve, and you can probably get sub 30 with all those tips. With a little bit of practice, you could pass that barrier. It's the first barrier that really takes any sort of devotion to get past, and this is the path to speed cubing, getting sub 30. So that's it for today. Bye.